New 2026 cartilage breakthrough. Can one injection change osteoarthritis treatment? Consider for a moment if what you've always believed about your body's ability to heal, specifically what a medical professional may have conveyed to you, that damaged cartilage in your joints is simply incapable of regenerating, turned out to be an outdated misconception. Would you be receptive to a new understanding, one that radically challenges this long-held medical conventional wisdom? And if I were to tell you that we might be standing on the precipice of a medical revolution, closer than ever before to not only regenerating lost cartilage, but also fundamentally transforming the entire landscape of osteoarthritis treatment, potentially with something as simple as a single, carefully targeted injection, would you still dismiss that idea as pure fantasy or an impossible dream? Well, the unvarnished truth is indeed quite compelling. Today, right here on the Arthritis channel, we are diving deep into a truly groundbreaking study. This pivotal research, published in late 2025, holds the potential to profoundly shake up and redefine everything we thought we understood about cartilage damage and the insidious progression of joint degeneration. I'm going to meticulously walk you through the current conventional approaches to treating cartilage disease, explain what these established protocols actually achieve, and illuminate precisely why this astonishing new research is capturing the rapt attention of so many within the medical community and beyond. It's a development that demands our full focus, and I urge you to stay with us until the very end of this discussion, because if you are currently experiencing the discomfort of knee pain, grappling with cartilage loss, or living with the diagnosis of osteoarthritis, the implications of this new information could genuinely matter to your future health and well-being far more profoundly than you might currently anticipate. Before we delve into the specifics, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure to turn on notifications so you don't miss any vital updates, and kindly leave a comment below sharing where your arthritis causes you the most distress. Is it your knee, your hip, your shoulder, or perhaps another joint entirely? Your feedback helps us understand your needs better. To gain a clear understanding of how this innovative new therapy could potentially function, let's use the knee joint as our primary example. Picture within your mind's eye a specific area, perhaps visualized as a dark, irregular spot representing a cartilage lesion. This is essentially a defect, a localized area of damage, or even a literal hole in the smooth protective cartilage that normally cushions your joint. Now, consider a scenario where the individual experiencing this lesion is not receiving appropriate or timely treatment for it. What often ensues in such a situation? It's remarkably similar to a persistent pothole in a busy road. Each time a vehicle drives over that pothole, the impact causes it to deepen and widen, exacerbating the damage. The very same destructive process can unfold within your joint. Repeated mechanical stress, suboptimal joint mechanics, and persistent unresolved inflammation can cause that initially small defect to progressively worsen over an extended period. However, here's a crucial aspect that many people, even today, still do not fully comprehend. The loss of cartilage is not merely a straightforward mechanical problem that can be isolated and fixed. When microscopic fragments of this damaged cartilage break away and become loose within the synovial fluid of the joint, they can act as irritants. These irritants then inflame the delicate lining that surrounds the joint, known as the synovium. Once that synovium becomes inflamed and irritated, it triggers a complex cascade, initiating a localized inflammatory response. This inflammatory cascade is a sophisticated biological process involving various signaling molecules, such as interleukins and prostaglandins, which further perpetuate the inflammation. As this continuous inflammatory process persists and escalates, the joint often begins to swell noticeably. The associated pain intensifies, stiffness becomes more pronounced and debilitating, and the initial damage can regrettably spread to other areas of the joint, creating a wider array of problems. This intricate interplay explains why two individuals can present with the same formal diagnosis of arthritis on paper, yet experience vastly different symptoms. One person might barely notice their condition, experiencing only mild, intermittent discomfort, while the other might feel as though their knee is severely compromised and on the verge of total collapse. Many factors contribute to these disparities. Your age, for instance, plays a significant role in the overall health and resilience of your cartilage. Your body weight exerts considerable forces on your joints, directly impacting the rate of wear and tear. Your genetic predisposition can influence your susceptibility to arthritis and its progression. Your regular activity level, whether you're sedentary or highly active, also matters immensely. And yes, increasingly, we understand that your dietary habits and overall metabolic health are crucial contributors to joint well-being, because once that inflammatory engine gets ignited, that seemingly tiny initial cartilage injury has the potential to snowball rapidly into widespread and debilitating joint damage. In certain patients, even younger individuals, if the disease is allowed to progress unchecked, it can ultimately lead to the very surgery that so many people dread, a complete joint replacement. But now, let's shift our focus to some genuinely encouraging news. Even today, with our current medical understanding and available treatments, we already possess effective strategies to significantly slow down the progression of the disease, expertly manage the often debilitating symptoms, and in numerous instances, achieve substantial improvements in joint function, profoundly enhancing a patient's quality of life. The vast majority of the time, the initial and preferred approach remains non-surgical. This typically involves a comprehensive, multifaceted strategy that combines targeted medication, structured exercise-based rehabilitation programs, diligent weight management to alleviate joint stress, and in carefully selected cases, judicious use of joint injections. Among the most frequently prescribed medications are anti-inflammatory drugs, which work to reduce swelling and pain, and corticosteroids, known for their potent anti-inflammatory effects. To be entirely honest, these medications can undoubtedly provide significant short-term relief from pain and inflammation. However, it is vital to understand that they are not without potential risks or side effects. If used improperly, too frequently, or for extended periods, they can indeed come with very real and concerning downsides. They may, for example, irritate the stomach lining, leading to gastrointestinal issues. They can elevate blood pressure, posing cardiovascular risks. They might affect blood sugar levels, which is particularly relevant for individuals with diabetes. They can strain the kidneys, and they may create a host of other problems depending on the individual patient's unique health profile and sensitivities. Next, we address the topic of joint injections. One of the oldest and most extensively utilized options in this category is the corticosteroid injection. Without a doubt, it can very quickly and effectively calm acute inflammation within the joint. And yes, many patients report experiencing dramatic, almost immediate relief from their symptoms following such an injection. However, there's a critical piece of information that countless patients are not adequately or clearly informed about. Repeated corticosteroid injections into a joint are absolutely not something to be approached or treated casually. There is growing evidence to suggest that repeated intra-articular steroid use, that is, injections directly into the joint, may actually be associated with accelerated cartilage loss over time. Therefore, no, this is certainly not a miraculous, all-encompassing fix for joint problems. While it can be a valuable tool when employed strategically and in the appropriate clinical situation, it is definitively not a therapy to continue pursuing blindly or indefinitely. The second major injectable option widely available is hyaluronic acid. When hyaluronic acid is carefully injected into the joint space, it has the potential to help alleviate symptoms in some patients. A part of this beneficial effect is believed to stem from its ability to improve the overall joint environment and enhance the quality of the synovial fluid, essentially acting as a better lubricant within the knee. However, this is precisely where many patients can inadvertently fall into a problematic pattern. A common scenario sees patients receiving an initial injection, experiencing welcome relief, then returning 6 months later for another, and before they fully realize it, they've become reliant on the needle for temporary relief, rather than addressing the larger underlying issues contributing to their joint pain. This dependency can be detrimental because if you rely solely on an injection and never comprehensively address critical factors like muscle strength, proper movement patterns, managing body weight, and long-term joint loading strategies, you are not genuinely solving the fundamental problem. You are, in essence, merely buying time, postponing a more comprehensive solution. That is precisely why here at Arthritis Channel, we consistently emphasize the same fundamental point. Injections should always serve as a supportive component within a much broader, more holistic treatment plan. They should never, under any circumstances, become the entirety of that plan. That more extensive, effective strategy absolutely must include dedicated strengthening exercises, engagement in smart and appropriate physical activity, and the overarching goal of building a joint that can truly tolerate the demands of real-life activities once again. For the right patient, embracing such a comprehensive approach can yield such profound and lasting improvements that they may find themselves needing repeat injections far less frequently, or in some fortunate cases, not at all. Another injectable treatment that has garnered considerable attention in recent years is platelet-rich plasma, or PRP. PRP has been increasingly discussed with serious consideration within recent international orthopedic consensus statements, particularly recommended for carefully selected patients presenting with mild to moderate knee osteoarthritis. The underlying principle is that PRP may help to reduce inflammation and contribute to an improvement in symptoms in some individuals. However, let's maintain a candid perspective here. PRP is not a guaranteed cartilage regenerator. It should not be viewed as a miracle cure, and its use certainly does not imply that osteoarthritis has been definitively reversed or eradicated. While it represents a promising option for the appropriate patient, it is not and should not be considered a magic bullet that solves all problems. Furthermore, there are newer types of injectables designed to provide cushioning or act as scaffold-like structures, alongside various sophisticated surgical cartilage restoration techniques. These options are typically reserved for selected patients, especially younger individuals who present with focal cartilage defects rather than widespread end-stage arthritis. These advanced surgical options can encompass collagen-based approaches, matrix-based repair procedures, and other highly specialized restorative interventions. And yes, it is true that some patients achieve exceptionally good outcomes with these procedures. However, it is crucial to remember that surgery, regardless of its sophistication, is still surgery. It demands a significant investment of time, a rigorous rehabilitation period, financial resources, immense patience from the patient, and critically, the right clinical indication for its use. So while these surgical interventions can be truly life-changing for specific individuals, they are not a simple or universally applicable answer for everyone suffering from cartilage issues. Now, let's turn our attention back to the truly revolutionary new study that has rightfully captured so much attention and excitement. This pivotal research, published in late 2025 by brilliant scientists at Stanford Medicine, meticulously investigated a specific molecule intimately involved in the complex processes of cartilage aging and degeneration, specifically within mouse models. It is important to emphasize at this juncture that, at the time of publication, this was not yet a direct human treatment, but the findings are highly suggestive. What these diligent researchers discovered was that by carefully blocking an enzyme known as 15-PGDH, they were able to significantly promote cartilage regeneration within the aged and previously injured joints of these mice. In simpler terms, when they therapeutically interfered with this particular biochemical pathway, the damaged cartilage demonstrated clear and encouraging signs of repair and regrowth. Furthermore, the animals involved in the study also exhibited a marked reduction in pain directly associated with osteoarthritis. And that, unequivocally, is a monumental discovery. For an exceedingly long time, one of the most persistent and disheartening frustrations in the field of arthritis care has been this very limitation. While we have developed treatments that effectively reduce pain, and others that significantly improve joint function, and even some that adeptly buy patients valuable time, there have been remarkably few, if any, therapies that could truly and reliably nudge damaged cartilage towards genuine biological regeneration. This profound lack of regenerative treatments is precisely why this particular study has caused so many heads to turn in amazement and optimism. Not because it instantly implies that your arthritis will be miraculously cured tomorrow, but because it powerfully suggests that the fundamental biology of cartilage regeneration may be far more malleable and modifiable than countless individuals, including many medical professionals, were previously led to believe. And that brings us full circle, back to our initial premise. When someone unequivocally tells you, without a shadow of a doubt, that cartilage regeneration is an impossible feat, they may very well be speaking with an unwarranted level of confidence about a medical field that is evolving and changing at an incredibly rapid pace. Now, let's inject a note of caution here to ensure clarity. This groundbreaking research does not mean that a single injection is poised to entirely replace comprehensive knee replacement surgery next month. It certainly does not signify that severe osteoarthritis can already be reversed in human patients with a solitary shot, nor does it imply that you should disregard every currently available evidence-based treatment and passively wait around for some miraculous cure to appear. What this research emphatically does mean is this: we may be on the cusp of entering a truly new era in medicine, an exciting period where the complex biology of cartilage can be targeted with far greater precision and directness. It suggests that future treatments for joint degeneration may become significantly less invasive and far more genuinely regenerative than anything we currently have at our disposal today. That prospect is undeniably thrilling and fills us with immense hope for the future of osteoarthritis care. However, until these advanced regenerative technologies transition from the controlled environment of the laboratory into readily available real-world clinical medicine, it remains absolutely critical that you continue to implement and prioritize the things that already possess robust scientific evidence supporting their effectiveness. You absolutely need to maintain your body weight within a healthy range. You need to consistently improve your dietary habits for optimal health. And crucially, you need to keep moving. And no, for the vast majority of individuals suffering from osteoarthritis, the absolute worst thing you can do is to cease all physical activity and stop moving altogether. In fact, please leave a comment right now if you found that your pain intensified and worsened significantly during a period when you became more sedentary, perhaps during recent lockdowns, following an injury, or because someone mistakenly advised you to completely avoid exercise. This scenario, regrettably, plays out all too frequently. Some patients undeniably benefit immensely from targeted injections. Others require intensive, structured rehabilitation. Many need comprehensive, systematic strengthening programs to support their joints. Some individuals may indeed be excellent candidates for PRP therapy. And yes, some will eventually require surgical intervention, but the patients who consistently achieve the best long-term outcomes are almost invariably those who cease their search for quick fixes or easy shortcuts and instead commit to following a genuine, well-thought-out, and sustainable long-term strategy. That is the most effective way to buy yourself valuable time. That is how you can significantly reduce your pain and improve your daily comfort. And that is precisely how you can actively protect and preserve the precious joint you still possess. And while we patiently and eagerly await for these pioneering, newer regenerative technologies to successfully navigate their path from the research laboratory into widespread human treatment, the single smartest and most proactive thing you can do for your health is to deeply understand the multifaceted nature of this disease and actively attack it using the most effective, evidence-based strategies available to you right now. So, if you are committed to continuing your education on how to effectively fight back against osteoarthritis with practical, evidence-based strategies, please subscribe to the Arthritis channel, turn on your notifications, and be sure to watch the next informative video appearing on your screen now. Because the more profoundly you understand this complex disease, the harder it becomes for it to dictate and control the precious quality of your life.